Hey guys, welcome to Flat Top King. Hey, today is all about our 4th of July special. We have 3 fantastic side dishes that you guys can make. We thought we'd switch things up a little bit, right? You know how to make the burgers, the dogs, the chicken, the pork. Let's make the incredible sides. Watch this. All right, so we've mentioned in the past that for our holidays, our family likes to get together with like a huge potluck. Everybody brings something. I'm trying a couple recipes out. I have done this before and teased the recipe about my Aunt Caroline's baked beans. We're doing that today. We're doing a smoked potato salad because honestly, I love my grills. And then 3 is like a local legend. It's like a spinach dip casserole. What'd you call it?
Spinach Maria.
Thank you. We're doing all 3 of those. You guys ready?
Yep.
Let's go. All right, we're going to use the Pit Boss pellet smoker today. We got our cast iron going. Do a bunch of different dishes. But first up on the list, Aunt Caroline's baked beans. We got a little smoke that in there and get this party started. All right, we're rocking the Halo griddle today. Got my 2 burners on low. All this is going to be incorporated, so it doesn't really matter if it touches. Just want some the bacon to cook through. We got our ground beef working, just trying to create that crust on the bottom. We got our jalapeno or bell pepper and onion working, just trying to soften that up some. Just like in our Sloppy Joe video that we just posted, I'm using these zones, moving it on and off the heat to be able to stew those peppers and onions. I want this to almost dissolve. I don't want it to stand out on its own or be crisp. They are going to smoke in the smoker, but you want to help it out a little bit. I'm using all that bacon fat, all the beef fat right now to our advantage. That grease will leak out and we'll be able to strain it later. But right now, we're taking all that flavor and using it to our advantage. Just moving the bacon around. As you can see, I just kind of piled it up in the corner. Not smashing on it. I'm not trying to dry it out. But you can see the grease is just naturally funneling away from it. These vegetables and this ground beef has been cooking in that beef and bacon fat for a long time. I'm not being super stingy about straining that grease off, but I don't want a bunch of it. We're gonna put raw bacon on it and cook it while it's smoking. So you'll get some of that fat in there. Tablespoon of your favorite barbecue seasoning, half cup ketchup, 1/4 cup mustard, 2 tablespoons vinegar, 1/3 cup of brown sugar, and just use the dump method. 3 large cans of your favorite beans. We always buy an assortment because we can never tell really that much of a difference. We're not looking for hashtag bacon dust today. I just wanted to render some of the fat out. You can actually, if you really want to step up the game, you can actually smoke and cook your ground beef and the bacon on their smoker for a little bit more smoky flavor. Just mix that in. Now that your beans are all mixed. Now these beans, you want them to reduce. So I'm gonna actually put them in the smoker the whole time uncovered. We're looking at like 350 and give or take maybe about an hour, hour and a half. You'll see the difference. We like our beans thick. And she just laid raw bacon right on top and all that grease seeps down in there. Now that is looking good. Just a little dusting of barbecue seasoning. Just right on top. Alright, I got my baked beans on the smoker. We're looking at like 350. You guys can see that we got the potatoes on there. That's a perfect segue to make our second recipe. Smoked potato salad. We've got 4 russet potatoes, just washed, rinsed, lightly oiled. And then I shake that on there. Salt, pepper, garlic, and butter. Just fantastic for potatoes. Be careful with your hot spots on your pellet smokers. So I've got it moved off to the side. That's gonna go for about an hour, hour and a half. Once these potatoes are done, we'll pick up the next recipe. Recipe number 2, smoked potato salad. Our potatoes are done. You're just gonna cook them on the smoker until they're done. We're gonna show you one little trick. It's kind of like the cross between a Southern style potato salad and a loaded style potato salad. I go between each one all the time, and I kind of like making both at the same time. We're going to show you a trick that I think goes a long ways. We're just looking to cook the bacon all the way through, render all the fat out, get it crispy. All right, so this is the trick that we do all the time. I like it. This is up to you. Sometimes you can do a potato salad. You notice how like you got the chunks plus the cream of like, it seems like the potato's been overcooked. I like that style. We take 1 out of the 3 potatoes. We're just gonna do a rough grate. I'm not worried about the skins, they'll come off. I'm not worried about looking like a grate or anything. You just wanna get it all in there. While we're making our sauce, this can work in there. See what we got? See that? You got potato skin, save that for like a loaded potato skin. Just like that, okay? 1 cup mayonnaise, ½ cup sour cream, 1/4 cup sweet relish, 1/3 cup of mustard. We'll shake that. Salt, pepper, garlic, and butter. About 1/4 cup of shredded cheese. About a tablespoon of horseradish, 2 green onions finely chopped. Right before we pull the bacon, we'll throw the carrots and the celery on the griddle. I know what you're thinking, but I just want to knock the rawness off. We're not cooking it all the way through. Just take that rawness off. All right, 1 to 2 minutes max. Now that all that's incorporated, you're not scared to overmix it. Those potatoes will just help create that sauce. Got everything you want. I like to do it while it's warm because I feel like it absorbs the sauce, and then we refrigerate it all together. And now it's just kind of like the fold. You want to keep the texture of those potatoes. Everything's hot. It's going to start absorbing. Then we're going to refrigerate this. Test it for your test it for your seasonings. I would not garnish it at this time. I would garnish it right before you served it the next day.
Let me try. Because I was really apprehensive about those cooked carrots and celery.
But you're not cooking them all the way through. You just knock that really crunch off.
Oh, man.
Right? But it's everything you like. It's got the mustard, the tartness, the sour cream, I think, balances out the mayonnaise.
I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Oh, man. That's good. That ain't your normal backyard barbecue 4th of July potato salad.
2 tricks. I like to do everything when it's hot. I like to refrigerate it. You can always add just a little bit more like mayonnaise or sour cream to freshen it up a little bit the next day. But I think the most important key is getting that first potato in there when you make your sauce and help that be your thickening agent. And then when you toss everything together, it just comes together like really, really creamy. All right, let's do a quick update. We got our beans looking good. See why I kept them uncovered? That sauce is reducing, plus it's picking up that smoked flavor. I've just been moving it on both sides of the grill because the middle is the hot spot. Moving right along, we got our ingredients ready to show you guys the Spinach Maria. We got that potato salad in the fridge cooling down. And let me show you what we got here. This is one of the exciting things that I've been waiting to do on the Halo. Since it does produce a lot of heat and is able to recoup heat fast, we are going to use the skillet today and see what kind of heat that we can get to penetrate through a cast iron. You guys see here, we have some milk that's been steeping, and we're getting started with this recipe right now. 1 tablespoon of butter, half an onion. You're not looking for color, you're just looking to sweat down the onion. So this is 6 total tablespoons of butter. All right, our 4 cups of milk have been steeping. You guys can see what it looks like. We've got 2 teaspoons of red pepper flake, 1 tablespoon of ground garlic, and 1 teaspoon of dried mustard powder. We're just going to let that go in there and start doing its thing. While those red pepper flakes are just releasing those oils and that garlic, the mustard, let me show you here. We have 3 packages of 16 ounce, right, of thawed frozen spinach, and we strained all the juice out. We have 4 ounces of Monterey Jack, 8 ounces of Velveeta, 8 ounces of sharp cheddar, and then we took the rest of that block of Monterey Jack and just a little bit of sharp cheddar and grated it together. A little salt and pepper. I just happen to use my Shake That. Salt, pepper, garlic, and butter, same thing. Remember, we're not looking for color, just tenderness. We should be very, very close right there. 6 tablespoons of flour. We're just looking to cook that flour taste out. Remember, no color on this either. Let it go for about maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Now at this stage, since we're doing a 2-pot system, I'm actually going to add the roux to the milk versus vice versa. I'll show you why. All right, you see right there, everything's set. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Your skillet will be hot from the handle. All right, we're just moving this back over to the hot part. Just like a kitchen, your 2 eyes are on, your 2 eyes are off. Using that indirect heat. Depending on how hot your griddle is, this does not take long to come up to a thickening power. You'll see the different consistencies changing. Now you're just looking to incorporate the cheese. If there's one thing I can urge you, please do not overcook this. You can move it on and off the heat as needed. When you heat cheese past the too hot, like the boiling stage, it has a tendency to break. So you can just move it on and off. All right, let me show you something. You see how not everything is melted 100%? We kind of want that, okay? Because when you spoon into this, we want chunks of cheese. Now, from this point, we need to set it off the heat. We're going to give it about 15 minutes. All right, just a little oil on the bottom of your cast iron just kind of protects it while it's baking, especially around the edges, sides. 15 minutes. We're at that spinach. You guys can see that not everything is 100% melted.
Oh gosh, that looks good.
And that's what we're looking for. Okay. At least we're eating healthy.
Spinach in with the fat.
All right, once your spinach is in there, just go ahead and lay that good old Tennessee Volunteer color cheese on there. On the smoker it goes, still at 350 for about 15 minutes. I mean, just look at those dang beans. All right, guys, there you go. There's 3 side dishes I think any household in America would be proud of, especially for 4th of July. You know, it's all about the sides. Very little times where you just go all aboard about the meat. Classic dishes, right? Potato salad, Aunt Caroline's baked beans, and a good Spinach Maria. As you can see, we just garnished a little bit. It's still not cool enough, but obviously if you took it the next day, we've tasted it before, and it's just everything I like.
It's amazing. It is the most flavorful potato salad you maybe have ever
Another
had.
dove. Good Lord, they must be like a honing beacon.
All right, so these beans have been resting probably a good, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. You see how thick we got them? Look at that side dish right there. I might just back off a hair. That might be still. Look how hot that still is. All right. And then, of course, you got your cheesy, healthy spinach. Comes out of that casserole dish, that cast iron perfectly. spicy. Might want to cut back that red pepper a little bit. I think we put 2 teaspoons in there. I'd be willing to bet you can get away with 1 teaspoon. Whew.
Better than Aunt Caroline, but don't tell her.
She ain't got nothing on this.
Everything's absolutely amazing.
All right, guys, there you go. If you guys haven't, check out the join button down below. It's a membership program. We thank each and every one of you for taking time for doing so. Check us out on The Griddle Group on Facebook. 4th of July is right around the corner. Griddles, smokers, grilling. What are you guys making? Comment below. I love to see what you guys are doing. Last but not least, thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound the notification button, share it with your friends. Happy 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. 2-0, baby.
Oh no.
Just look at that.
Everything is so dang good.
That's so healthy.
Now we're making dessert.
Papa the sailor, man.